Today. Hey, what's up, guys? There's an amazing new site we've just discovered, and it's all come tumbling down. This is CheckPoint. Pokemon Go to CheckPoint, where this week
Did you mean to say welcome to CheckPoint?
Is that not Pokemon Go what I said?
Come on, Graham, focus. We have a show to do.
Okay, I know, I'm ready. Okay. All right, let's go, Pokemon. Nintendo has revealed its next home console ready for the 2016 holiday season, and it's a very small NES. The NES Mini looks like a classic Nintendo Entertainment System that fits in the palm of your hand and comes preloaded with 29 classic NES games and Balloon Fight. It has ports for the Wii Classic controller and HDMI out. You can't use original NES cartridges. It can't use the original NES controllers, but you shouldn't have to blow on it. It feels weird talking about a Nintendo that publishes mobile games, that understands how to capitalize on nostalgia while also releasing a must-have for the holidays, and that has a robust market cap. But the weirdest thing is that Nintendo are so clued into what people really want that they completely skipped Mega Man and included Mega Man 2.
Are you wondering what Street Fighter V players have been up to? Well, good news. Capcom has released a whole bunch of data that ranges from unsurprising, Ryu is the most popular character, to unappealing. Apparently, the best time to rack up wins is at 7 a.m. on the weekends, and that's just depressing. I already don't do real martial arts because getting up early and practicing sounds awful. Don't take Street Fighter from me.
Breaking news. There is demand for sex games online, and it's super hard to find support with traditional publishers, forcing developers to seek out other ways to fund their games. It should then come as no surprise that the team behind Breeding Season, a proposed Harvest Moon meets hentai, was taking in $42,000 a month on Patreon, that is until their art director left, taking with him half the game's budget and all the game's art assets because someone signed a woefully stupid agreement wherein the art director got to retain exclusive rights to all the assets he created for the game. According to the Breeding Season team, this has left them too demoralized to continue the project. For his part, art director Vladimir Sandler says while he is waiting to speak to legal counsel to determine what he should or shouldn't say about the situation, he did announce that he's going to work on his own game, and that he announced that game concurrently with his resignation so that, quote, people would see that while Breeding Season might finally be dead, they would still have a valid option for funding a game about banging monster girls and boys and running a monster farm. Oh, thank goodness, because I was really worried there for a second.
Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard that there's been a bit of a scandal surrounding the shady, sort of legal, but also probably sort of illegal practice of gambling with Counter-Strike global offensive weapon skins and then turning those skins into real money on internet betting sites, at least one of which was rigged. But as it turns out, Valve has finally crawled out from under their rock and has announced that they'll be sending cease and desist notices to any sites that do this. Using the OpenID API and making the same web calls as Steam users to run a gambling business is not allowed by our API nor our end user agreements, said Valve's Eric Johnson in a statement. Presumably one of Valve's PR reps changed the missing "what the shit you scummy fucks" to an implied rather than explicitly worded part of that statement. Twitch, sensing blood in the water, has now banned anyone from using their service for CSGO betting, stating that it's against their terms of service to stream stuff that breaks other people's terms of service. So realistically, it's probably the end of CSGO betting. Now all we have to illegally bet on is how long it will take someone to find another way to swindle gamers out of their money online. 15-1 odds on Pokemon Go somehow being involved.
We've done numerous reports on hackers that break DRM systems and how any zig from manufacturers and publishers is immediately greeted by an equal zag from a community of hacks folks, always taking it as a challenge to break the new DRM as soon as possible. With that in mind, big props to the Sega Saturn that only now, decades later, has had its DRM cracked. Kinda. Circumvented, maybe, is a better word. The CD drive itself was the problem, and the Saturn had an entire extra CPU just for handling the CD subsystem. That proved impossible to crack. Instead, a hacker by the name of Dr. Abrasive engineered a custom interface that goes in through the Saturn's video CD slot and allows you to load disk images via USB, directly connecting to the Saturn's processor, bypassing the CD drive entirely. This is a testament to the Sega Saturn's surprisingly resilient DRM, to Dr. Abrasive's tireless work, and that not that many people really cared about the Sega Saturn. Quick, name one Sega Saturn game other than Knights.
I can name a Sega Saturn game, Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers.
Why that one?
Because they ported it to the 3DS.
Can you name any Saturn games you didn't play on other systems?
No.
I rest my case.
Coming up, a man in New Zealand quit his job to walk around and catch Pokemon. Good for him, and good for us because we are done. No more Pokemon Go stories. Until next week, probably.
Yeah, definitely until next week, because every single story, Pokemon Go is so big right now that every single story gets put through the filter.
Oh, how
it gets put through the Pokemon Go filter. But like, how does this relate to Pokemon Go?